I heard about Andy's team from when I've been working with Andy over the last 15 to 20 years. Andy has been a close friend, but also a close partner when it comes to my real estate. He's helped me out with selling 3 properties to date, and what the job that he does day in and day out is extraordinary, and he's always the first one on my phone for when I need to talk about real estate. I call Andy Oswald. The key thing what Andy and his team brings to the table is specialization. For me, when I'm looking at with my real estate opportunities and needs, I need a team that knows what they're doing within the marketplace. And for myself, having that specialization, what Andy and his team brings to the table, on understanding how to sell and move a house quickly, is something that I need for my own comfort and also for my family's requirements. So I always depend on Andy and his specialization that he brings to the table day in and day out. I've had the opportunity to work with Andy and his team on multiple occasions, and each and every time they've never surprised. It's always been an A1, a top 10 type of service. When there are times going through the transaction that you do have some of the lows, but you do see a lot more highs with Andy and his team. And what he does, he explains to you what the process is going to be right from the get-go. So those lows aren't very low. And he does a great job in communicating and in making sure that you feel comfortable throughout the entire process. Because that's what's important for us. We want to be able to wake up each and every morning refreshed and knowing that that next morning we're going to be able to move into our new house. When I think of Andy and his team, I think of his personal touch, the team's personal touch. It really means a lot to me that from the start of the process right to the very end of the process, there's that personalized touch that makes you feel that you're in great hands and you know that your transaction is going to be taken care of at a top class. For me, it's all about that personal touch, and I truly appreciate the fact that I know he has my back and my family's back to ensure that we get through that transaction. When I was thinking about Andy's services and his team services that differentiates him from the competition is about what you see on his website. It's about when you go in and you look at his YouTube commercials and looking at those houses that are up for sale, how wonderful they look. And I know in many of occasions he made our house look like it was the best house on the block. And that's what you want when you're selling your home. You want to make sure that your house is the nicest house on the block, and Andy and his team make sure that happens. Sorry. I would refer Andy and his team to anybody because they deliver. Time in and time out, the results speak for themselves. I have 3 opportunities in my life so far that I utilize Andy in his team specialization, and for sure the results that we spoke about at the start are brought to the table and delivered upon at the end of the process. So it's all about getting those results. Andy and his team have been just a great team to work with. I've talked to friends, colleagues, clients that I deal with day in and day out. I ask, if you want to make sure that you have that type of topping class type of experience, you need to sit down with Andy and this team. There's no better out there in the industry who will sit down, listen to your concerns, listen to your outcomes and your goals that you want to get throughout this process, and Andy and his team delivers on that day in and day out.